Okay, good. So last week we discussed about that is covariance formula, and we said that covariance of x and y is given by summation of xi's minus x bar, okay, multiply by that is into yi's minus what? Y bar. Remember, x bar it's the mean for x variables, and then y it is sample mean for what? Y bar it's a mean sample mean for y variables. Okay, right. Then that is remember we said that when we are dealing with sample data, that is for variance, we usually divide by n minus 1. Okay, but for that is population, for population it is what? N. Okay, and I said I did what? I gave you an assignment to check this and this. This is very simple. Okay, just to give you that is an overview, but not to give you the answer. Keep in mind that at any point, okay, when we are talking about sample data, n will never be equal to n. Sample data will never be equal to the population. That is, sample size will never be equal to population size. Okay, because the moment when n is equal to that is the sample size is equals to population size, then it does not now it we stop calling it sample size, rather now it becomes what? Population. Why? It's because it's like you are entirely studying what? The population. Okay, but this minus 1 meaning you won't that is get to the what? To the nth value of the population. Okay, always remember that. That's why we shall learn something that is under CLT, central limit theorem. We shall come to study now this theorem. Okay, yes, we shall come to study this theorem and see, as we increase maybe the small n, what happens to that is x bar. What happens to x bar? Okay, yeah, but that's just a by the way. I don't want to that is to dwell on that topic. Okay, I don't want to dwell on that topic. So remember we say that for sample mean we usually now say it is n minus what? It is n minus 1. But for population now it will be over n. Okay, so this is what I want us now to that is to illustrate today. Okay, right. This is for covariance. Let me just show you for correlation. Okay, so that when we are doing the practicals we may that is deal with what? Deal with the with both that is topics. Okay, so remember this, and I is run that is I is n that is equals to 1 up to what? Up to n. Okay, all right, or up to even n minus what? Up to n minus 1. So we have this. Now we'll break this down, and then we'll have now to do what? To compute it manually. Okay, then correlation. What did we say about correlation and covariance? We said correlation, we calculate correlation from the what? From covariance. How? By taking now covariance, it will be that is covariance of x and y divide by what? Divide by standard deviation of x multiply by standard deviation of what? Of y. So correlation, it's like we are taking the covariance dividing by the what? By the standard deviations of the what? Of the two variables. Okay, take note of that. All right, that's okay. So any question on the formulas before we can jump now to do the that is the practical session? Any question? Any question to you, Tim? Are we good? Any question? Thumbs up if we are all good. Yes, Chris? Or maybe you raised your hand by mistake. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so let's now start with the practical part of it, and also the manual way. Okay, the way you did it in Canvas under statistics. Okay, so what we are going to do is now we need into xi's, okay, minus, let's say, x bar. That's what we need. We also need what? We also need yi's, sorry, yi's minus y bar. Okay, we also need that. Okay, and then the other thing, of course, we will compute n, that is n minus 1. Okay, so what do we need? We also need this part, that is xi's minus x bar, okay, multiply by yi's minus y bar. Okay, that's what now we want to calculate at the end. Okay, and for us we have to define what? We have to calculate. Let me increase that is the font size. Kindly zoom. Yeah, I expected that. So all right, the first thing now is to calculate the what? The bars. And remember, the bars, it's the sample means of the two variables. Okay, let's say this is what? Our x. Okay, and this is what? It's our y. Okay, so with that we are going to say equal to sum. All right, sum of what? Sum, sorry, not sum, but average, equal to average, since it's that is its mean. It is will be average of all these what? Of these values. Okay, this will be our mean for that is our x bar. Then you can drag to the what? To the left to calculate the mean of what? The mean of y. Okay, remember to use average. Remember, mean, it's a symbol average. Okay, yeah, so we need average. We already have now our what? Our average. Good. Let's go now to calculating what? Our that is our xi minus x bar. Remember, these are our xi's, all the values of xi's. Okay, this is the value of x, that is of yi's. Okay, this is the value of yi's. Okay, then we have here we have x bar. Okay, and here we have what? Y bar. Okay, all right, good. Now let's compute this one. It will be equal to xi, okay, minus x bar, minus our x bar. And remember, x bar at this cell, it's the cell of what? It's a reference cell. Why? Because I want us to drag that is all the values. Okay, so we will have to reference this cell. Okay, so with that we are going just to reference. That is you can always that is in your computer, you can do fn f4, fn f4 at the same time. Okay, yes, so for my case I'll go that is one by one because I have a key which is not that is working. Okay, but you can always click fn and f4 at the same time, and it will automatically that is insert your that is the dollar signs. Okay, then after that you will be free and accurate to drag. Okay, you will be free and accurate to drag. Okay, so we have our x that is xi minus x bar. For this, don't confuse with the variance. We are not going to square. Okay, we are not going to square the variance. That is the difference. Okay, take note of that. Then let's go to that is is minus y bar, and it will be equal to now the y values minus, okay, y values minus the y bar. Okay, then remember to reference the what? Reference the y bar. Okay, yes, then you'll be now free to what? To drag your data. Okay, good. Now I want us to multiply this. And remember, whenever we are having even that is the negatives, we are going to get what? A positive value. Why? Because a negative multiply a negative, you'll get what? You'll get a positive. All right. So it will be this multiplied by this. Okay, so this multiply by this, you'll get this. Remember, we are now doing, we have x I minus x bar, so multiply by yi minus y bar. Okay, so we are getting this value, so we are going to drag down up to that point. Okay, nice. We are done, we are almost done with that is the top part. This part, we are done with this part. Okay, now what we need is what? To do the summation and then divide by what? N minus 1. Okay, let's now calculate n minus 1. So n minus 1 will be equal to, okay, or the count. Let me go count of what? Count of one column, because we don't have any missing value. So it will be count of that range minus what? Minus 1. And we should get maybe 23. Okay, because it is 24 minus what? 24 minus 1. Good. Now I want us to do what? The summation here. Okay, let's now go to summation. Okay, and summation will be equal to summation of, that is sum of all these values. Okay, it will be sum of all these values. Okay, it will be sum of these values. So enter. Meaning we are done with what? With the that is the numerator part, okay, of our equation. Meaning now we already have this part and we already have this part. So the remaining part is to calculate what? Covariance. Point that is to remember. Remember, under covariance we said covariance ranges between negative infinity to infinity. Meaning you can get a value like 1000. Meaning you can get a value like negative 900. Okay, you can get a value like 1 million. Okay, for covariance. But correlation, you cannot get any value greater than 1 or less than -1. Okay, nice. Now let's go and calculate what? Covariance. Covariance. Okay, why? Because we have our summation of xi's minus x bar minus y i's minus y, that is minus y bar. Okay, divide by what? Divide by n minus 1. So it is going to be equal to this value divide by what? Divide by this value. Okay, and you can see our value, it's 300. We've gotten that is covariance of what? Covariance of 300. Okay, what does the covariance mean? Okay, what does covariance mean? Right? So maybe just to help you in like just to give you an idea, okay, then I will give you the assignment to that is to come and interpret for me more. But I can see first of all the covariance is what? Is positive, meaning these two values are moving what? In the same direction. Remember, we said that for positive, it means these two values are moving on the same direction, either in an increasing way or a decreasing way, but they are moving on the same direction. Okay, that is either they are moving in that is increment way or decreasing. But if they are increasing together. If they are reducing together. Okay? Yes, and it is evident because remember what happens when the amount of rainfall increases. I know you know what will happen to the umbrella cells. Okay? Yes, I will want maybe that is what do I call it? An interpretation, okay, based on this data, okay, on interpretation based on this, based on the rainfall amount, based on umbrella cells, okay. What does 300 mean? Okay, so that is another assignment. What does a covariance mean? Okay, to your maybe to your analysis, okay, more so when you are given two variables. Change, what will happen to change, that is to when rainfall amount changes, what happens to the umbrella cells. Okay, so those are the that is a kind of interpretations which I will need. Okay, nice. So we have that assignment. So far I've given you 3 assignments that is to research on. N minus y, when we are dealing with sample, why do we usually use n minus 1? Okay, and not n. And I think I've given you that is int on this. Almost it's like I've even explained everything. Then what does variance and covariance, how can we interpret the values we got during the last class? Okay, and then we have now covariance. I've just given also another int for covariance. Okay, now in reference to what? To this data. What does covariance mean? What does covariance show? Okay, if you get a covariance of 300, what comes to your mind? Okay, as analyst. So that's what I want us. That is, I want you to research. Okay, and I know by the end of the class you will be able to do what? You'll be able to that is to do all to explain, all to interpret all this analysis. All right, that's good. Now let's go to correlation. Okay, remember for correlation we said that is yes, question. Someone has a question. Yes, Kennedy.
Yes, good evening, team, and good evening, uh, Abraham, I wanted just to take you back on. There's a part I've lost it when we were
Uh-huh.
looking at n minus one,
Mm-hmm.
where we got the 23. Maybe if you can kindly repeat it.
Okay, so you want how we get 23, Cindy, right?
Sure, sure. Mm.
So remember we said, but you know why we want n minus 1, right?
Yes.
Because I remember, as I had said, when we are dealing a symbol with the that is sample data, there is no way you can say that is n is equals to n, right? It
Yeah.
won't be if you still call it sample data. All right, now basically the 23 comes here. What is our size? What is the size of this data, Kennedy? What is the size of this data? Basically the count of
The
these
counts. So we
values.
have around 24 counts. Yes.
Yes. Then 24 minus what? 1. You get
Minus one. Huh?
23.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I
Yeah.
just did, I just used that is the count. That is the count formula. Okay. Just not
Okay.
because I'm assuming, what if maybe you are having more than 1,000 values? Okay, will you have to keep that is scrolling to see where maybe the value, or highlighting to get what, to get the total or the count? You can always use formulas. Okay, so that's why I used this formula, that is count. And remember I said that count, it counts all numerical values or all numbers. Count A, I said it counts all, meaning it can count a text, it can count that is a number, meaning it counts all the cells with any value, okay, or with any entry. Okay, then count blank only counts what, the blanks within what, within a range of, within a range of cells. Okay, it only returns the count on blanks. So, and this we are counting that is the value, so or numbers, that's why I'm using count. So I'm going just to take a range of my data set, then minus what? Minus 1. That's how I got 23. Are we clear, Kennedy? Now, are you okay?
Yes, that is well understood. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, that's awesome. Okay, by a show of maybe thumbs up, uh, how many are we together up to that point? I don't want to leave that is anyone behind, because we are now moving to the tougher topics. So if um, you miss something here, then there will be trouble that is on the next topics. Not even my topics, but when it comes to machine learning, that is classes. Okay, because if you won't understand the idea behind average, or the idea behind that is mean, that is the average, or that is standard deviation, variance, then you will have missed a lot. Okay, you'll be just floating on the machine learning class. That's why it's very essential. Okay, or that is you must be very keen here. Good, we are done with covariance. Now let's go to correlation, since we are all together. Correlation. Okay, remember correlation, we said it is covariance divided by the standard deviation of x multiplied by the standard deviation of what? Of y. So something we are missing here. We need now the standard deviation of the of what? Of these two variables. So the standard deviation of these two variables will be equal to that is st dev, and we are dealing with sample data. So we are going to use stdev.s. Dot s meaning it is a sample size. And you can see the formula itself estimates the standard deviation based on sample. Okay, based on sample, meaning that it ignores logical values and text in the sample. It only takes numbers. Okay, it only takes numbers. So here we are dealing with the sample data because we only out of maybe all those years, we only took what? Took the data for only 2 years. Okay, all right. So that is after that. Now we are going to choose that. Okay, then we need what? We need now that is the range of the data. Okay, once you input your formula, now we will need what? We'll need now that is to highlight the range, and then you just enter. Okay, then you just enter. Okay, right. Then after that, you can now drag to auto calculate. That is for umbrella cells. For umbrella cells. For umbrella cells. Good. So you can see, and in fact, you can always check if it has taken the correct range. Can always check if it has taken the correct range. Good. And then now this is now the standard deviation. Standard dev that is for x, and we have stdev for what? For y. Okay, then after that, now we are ready to calculate what? Correlation. Let's try and see the strength of the relationship between what? Between these two values. And we remember we said that is for us to assume or for us to conclude that two variables have a strong relationship. Okay, it must be more than what? More than 0.85, or yes, it must be more than 0.8. Let's just use a threshold of that is of 80%. Okay, so it must show us the strength of 80% or the strength of 0.8. Okay, that is for a positive strength. Then for a negative strength, it must be greater than negative 0.8. Okay, let's try and see that is the conclusion. Okay, or the value which we'll get. Okay, then we'll be able to conclude. So with that, we are going to say it will be now covariance. Remember, we had calculated the covariance. Okay, then divide by that is product. Okay, product of the that is standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y, as I had illustrated in what? As I had illustrated in this formula. Okay, you can see we divided the covariance with the standard deviation for x and standard deviation for y. Okay, for us to get now that is correlation. Okay, I can see a pretty good relationship here. Okay, why? Because you can see that is we have a strength that is a strength relationship of 90 what? 95% or 0.95%. Okay, meaning one variable here can explain about the other variable, maybe 95%. Okay, all right, good. I will also want you guys to come up with what? In fact, I will populate. I will populate an Excel file where maybe you will write that is or not write your what? All your conclusions. Okay, and then I will be able to mark them from my side just to assess what? Just to assess your understanding. Okay, if you understood the theory part, okay, if you were keen with the theory part, then you will be able to what? To interpret this value, okay? You can see it's a pretty good that is value showing what? We have a very strong relationship between what? Between rainfall and umbrella cells, okay? Meaning if change, that is if these changes will create a certain impact to the what? To the, that is to the other values. And this is very true. This is very true. In fact, logically, this is very true. Our value is correct because you know what will happen if the amount of rainfall increases. What will happen to maybe umbrella cells? Okay, will the umbrella cells go up or go down? Okay, so you can see, you can always, yeah, I will need some interpretations from your side. Okay, any question up to that point? I'm done with descriptive statistics practicals. Okay, except for what? Except for measures of asymmetry. Okay, measures of asymmetry, that is skewness and kurtosis. Any question up to that point? I want to give, that is, I want to show you how to apply this data analysis function, that is analysis tool pack, maybe to easily calculate or to easily do what? Descriptive statistics. Okay, you can as well do correlation, you can as well do that is covariance. So I will just show you the descriptive statistics summary, how you can do it, okay? And then I will leave it for you so that you may practice on what? On the correlation and the what? And the covariance, okay? And then we'll be done with our first topic, okay? So then I will just introduce another topic, that is our tomorrow's topic. I will just introduce, okay? Then tomorrow we'll discuss it in depth, okay? Good. All right. When now in your laptop, when you go to data tab, you can see we have file tab, we have home tab, we have insert, page layout, formula, and then data. If you go to data, can you see this tool? That is the data analysis tool pack. Can you see that? Who can see that from your side? Who can see? Maybe if you have it, you can um, respond to the chat if you have it. Cypress Kaka, as. Who else? So that if you don't have, maybe you can as well. Um, please kindly repeat that again. Okay. If you go to, that is data tab, we have data tab. Can you see this data analysis tool pack? Can you see this data analysis tool pack? If you can't see, maybe you can respond. If you don't have it, you can respond so that I might guide you how to on how to put it there. How many has that tab? Can see majority don't have. Okay, no problem. We are going to include that. Okay, now go to file, Now this is the process of adding that. Go to file. Okay, once you go to file, go to options. Please pay attention on this. Go to file, options. You will see add ins. You can see we have add ins here. So click add ins. When you click add ins, you can see here we have manage Excel add-ins. You can see here we have manage Excel add-ins. Okay, all right. Then you will see go. Okay, you will see go. Click on go. Okay, click on go, and then you will see that is a pop-up window. Then select analysis tool pack. Select analysis tool pack. Just check analysis tool pack. Okay, then after that click OK. After doing analysis tool pack, click OK. If we are together, say amen. Nice. Good. So if you followed all those steps, then go now to data. When you go to data, you will see your data analysis. Okay, when you go to data, you will see your that is your tool analysis, your data analysis tool. Okay, good. Now with that, okay, I'm going maybe to clear what we had discussed, this one. All right, I'd forgotten something. I don't know why you did not remind me. We did not now use the inbuilt Excel functions to calculate these ones a lot, but okay, no problem. Let me take you through that before now we can come back to data analysis toolpack. So basically, to calculate covariance, we have that is an Excel inbuilt function known as that is covariance. Okay, and then we also have that is a correlation. Okay, covariance, you can calculate covariance for that is for both population and sample data. Okay, for both population and sample data. But for correlation, there is no sample, there is no what? There is no population. Correlation is correlation. So with that, we are going now to that is say equal to covariance. Okay, once you write covariance, you will see we have a covariance of a population and we have a covariance of a sample data. Okay, we are going with the covariance of sample data. Good. Then you will see that is what you are required to enter. That is after that. So you can see you are needed to insert the array that is a range, array 1 and array 2, range of data 1, range of data 2. Okay, so with that we are going to select the range of our first that is variable rainfall. So you are going to select up to the end, then do a comma. Okay, then after comma we are going now to the second what? Array, and then you will get the what? The umbrella cells data. Okay, then after that you now enter. You will get exactly the same value as what we got when we were that is manually computing our covariance. Okay, nice. So maybe to repeat that, For covariance, you are going to use covariance .s. .s meaning it is return sample covariance, the average of the product of deviations for each data point pair in two data sets. Okay. All right. So with that, you will be needed to insert what? Two arrays or two range of data. Okay, and we have our first range is the amount of rainfall, so you will highlight the amount of rainfall, then do a comma, then come to the umbrella cells. Okay, then also highlight the what? The umbrella cells. After that, you'll just enter. Once you enter, you'll get your covariance value. Okay. For correlation, I said no things to do with sample data or population. Covariance is covariance. Okay, even if it's of two values, we have covariance. Okay, so with that we are going to say equal to cor. You will get something called correl. Okay, and correl correlation. Sorry, correlation returns the correlation coefficient between what? Between two data points, okay, or data sets. So you are going to highlight the two data sets. Why? Because you'll need array 1 and array 2. So you are going to do the same for as we did, that is for covariance. Then do a comma, then highlight the second range, okay, and then enter. So you can see we are getting the same what? We are getting the same value, okay? We are getting the same value, meaning our calculations here were correct. Meaning our calculations here were correct. All right, good. Now I'm going to clear this. I'm going to clear this so that maybe I can show you how we do uh, how we do the that is the descriptive statistics summary. Okay. All right. Good. So now to do that is the or to use the data analysis tool pack for descriptive statistics, we are going to do what? We are going to go to home or data, just go to data direct, then click the data analysis tool pack. I hope we are together. Please pay attention here. Then let me repeat that. You will go to data, then data analysis tool pack. After that, go to descriptive statistics. Click on descriptive statistics. Okay, if you click on descriptive statistics, let me repeat that, just click OK. Okay, once you click OK, it will give you what? It will give you that is another pop-up window requesting you to do what? To input your range. Okay, to input your range. Now to input your range, you can do what? Highlight the data points, okay? Or the range of your data points. That is for the two variables, rainfall amount and umbrella cells, okay? Highlight this, that is the range, meaning you are just going to highlight your data as simple as this. You are just going to highlight your data, okay? Then after that, how do you want to present your data? Do you want it to be on column based, okay? Or you want it on rows, okay? Let's go with what? Column, okay? Let's go with column. Then labels in the first row. Okay, so for that, if you want the labels on the first row, then you will have what? For you to check this, you'll have to take what? You have to highlight even the title. Okay, we can as well do that, meaning I will highlight up that is the rainfall and also the umbrella sold title. Okay, and then I'll just now check here, meaning the first what? the first row of my highlighted data, it is what? It is a label called that is a row. Okay. Then we will need summary statistics. So always check on summary, that is summary statistics. Okay. Then it will now depend with where you need your output. If you need your output in the same sheet, you'll have to click that is the output range. Okay. If you want the output in a new worksheet, meaning it will add a new worksheet here, then you will click new worksheet. If you want your output to be on a new workbook other than this one, you click new workbook. For my case, I want it to be in the same what? In the same that is worksheet or spreadsheet. Okay. So with that, I'm going to click the output range. Then on this blank, you just that is highlight inside it, or just click on it, that is inside of it. Then highlight maybe or select a cell. Okay. Select a cell where you want your output to be. After that, click OK. Okay. Then after clicking OK, you can see now we've gotten that is the summary of that is of our data. You can see we have the summary of our data here. Okay. And what do we have? We have a summary of mean. Remember, let's just confirm if it's the same mean. You can see this mean is the same as this one. Okay, and this one is the same as this one. Okay, meaning the same method, it's okay. What special with the analysis tool pack? It gives you now the analysis in what? In a table format or in a summarized way. You don't have to go to do that is to use the formulas for you are calculating mean, you are calculating standard error, you are calculating median, you are calculating mode. You don't have to do all that. Okay. Yes. So if you input that is or use the data analysis tool pack, then it will be easy for you that is to get this kind of summary. Okay. Yes, so in this summary, it gives us the mean. We have the standard error. The standard error we will discuss it in the next that is class and see how the standard error, okay, affects our models. Okay, you'll get to know that the smaller the standard error, the more the that is reliable. It's your what? It's your mean. That is it's your model. Then we have median, we have mode, we have standard, that is deviation. Okay, sample variance, we have kurtosis. This we'll discuss when we'll be discussing that is the distributions. That is yeah, different distribution. Then you have range, we have minimum value, maximum value, and a rainfall. Then we have the sum of all the total amount of rainfall in those 2 years, and then we have the count. Okay, same to the umbrella cells. That's okay. Any question up to that point?